Let me start with a question that may sting just a little. Do you run your money, or does your money run you? Now, don't answer too quickly. Think about it. When your paycheck arrives, does it stay long enough for you to enjoy its company, or does it rush out the back door faster than your neighbor's dog chasing the mailman? Here's what I know. No matter how old you are, 50, 60, even 70 years old, one principle never changes. Either money works for you, or you work for money. And let me tell you, working for money all your life is one of the toughest jobs on earth. Money doesn't give you days off. It doesn't thank you for your loyalty. And it certainly doesn't hand you a gold watch when you retire. Now, let me give you a picture that might shock you. Today, 7 out of 10 Americans of retirement age rely primarily on Social Security just to survive. 7 out of 10. That means if you lined up 10 people outside your favorite coffee shop, 7 of them are saying, "My retirement plan is Uncle Sam." That's not freedom, that's survival. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way for you. Financial freedom is not a privilege for the lucky, the young, or the chosen few. No, financial freedom is a skill. It's a strategy. It's a matter of discipline. And most importantly, it's a decision. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 proven strategies that not only brought me peace in turbulent times, but also gave me real power over my life. These strategies work regardless of your age, your job, or even where you're starting from. And the best part, by the time we're done, you won't just have a list of ideas, you'll walk away with a simple, practical financial plan you can start using this week. Hey, if you're into real, down-to-earth money talks and mindset shifts that actually teach you something, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. So let's get into it. When I was a young man, I believed the greatest thing I could do was find a good job. You know, the kind, steady paycheck, health insurance, maybe a pension if you were lucky. So I worked hard, week after week, year after year. But then I realized something shocking. People spend 40 years working 40 hours a week, only to retire with 40% of what was never enough in the first place. Think about that for a moment. Doesn't that sound like a cruel joke? 40 years of sacrifice just to end up short. So what's the secret? It's not how much you make, it's what you do with what you make. My mentor once asked me a very simple question. "Jim, have you ever saved a dime out of every dollar?" I said, "No, sir." He smiled and said, "Then let's start there." That was my first lesson in wealth. If you can't manage a little, you'll never manage a lot. And I'll tell you what, I was 25, broke, and in debt. But when I started applying this, little by little, my life changed. Point 1. Live on 70% of your income. Here's the first test of financial maturity. Learn to live on less than you earn. That's right, 70%. Not 100, not 110. If you can't, then the issue isn't your paycheck, it's your discipline. Most people make the mistake of increasing their lifestyle every time their income increases. A raise comes in, and suddenly there's a new car, a bigger television, a nicer vacation. But if every dollar you earn is already spoken for, you'll never create margin for saving, investing, or giving. Living on 70% creates the breathing room you need for the rest of your financial strategy. And remember, it's not about the size of your paycheck, it's about the size of your habits. And haven't you noticed, some people say, "If I only had more money, I'd be fine." But that's not true. If you can't handle $100, you won't handle 10,000. Why? Because money doesn't change who you are, it only amplifies it. Type that in the comments section, and I'll give you a heart. Money doesn't change who you are, it only amplifies it. Point 2. Save systematically. The biggest financial trap is this: I'll save if something is left over. Let me tell you, nothing will ever be left over. The expenses will always expand to fill the income. The wealthy don't save when they feel like it. They save first. They make it automatic, before the bills, before the wants, before the spending spree. And the truth is, it's not about the amount at first. It's about training your financial muscles. The discipline of saving builds the foundation for wealth. Without it, even the biggest income will slip through your fingers. It's funny how most people trust the bank with their money, but don't trust themselves enough to keep 10% in their own account. Point 3. Study money like your life depends on it, because it actually does. The sad reality is, people spend 12 years in school learning algebra, literature, and history, but they graduate without ever learning how money actually works. Your financial education doesn't end with your diploma. It begins there. Commit to learning one new financial principle every week. If you keep studying, in a year you'll have 50 new principles guiding your decisions. In 5 years you'll be in a completely different financial class. Isn't it strange that people will spend hours learning how to drive a car, but won't spend 1 hour a week learning how to drive their finances? Now ask yourself, are you among those people? If you're getting value from this message and you want me to continue, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I drop messages like this every day to build your mindset and finances. Thank you. Let's continue. Point 4. Plan your money before it escapes. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will disappear without asking permission. Have you ever looked at your bank account at the end of the month and wondered, where did it all go? That's what happens when you spend without a plan. A budget isn't a punishment, it's a plan for freedom. Give every dollar an assignment. Now let me ask you, if your dollars were employees, would they call you a good manager? Point 5. Create assets, not just savings. Savings are good, but savings alone won't make you wealthy. Why? Because inflation eats away at your savings, and emergencies will always come knocking. Assets are different. Assets are things that work for you even while you sleep. That might be an investment account, a piece of real estate, a business you built, or even a skill you can monetize. If you stopped working today, how long would your current money keep working for you? A year, a month, or about 5 minutes? Have a deep thought on that. Point 6. Keep financial records. Here's a simple truth. I think I know where my money went really means you don't know. Most people live in financial fog. They spend, they borrow, they swipe the card, but they never write anything down. Wealth requires clarity. Keep records, write it out, track your expenses, face the numbers, even if they're uncomfortable. If I followed you around for 30 days, would your receipts tell a better story about your money than your memory would? Point 7. Think legacy. Wealth isn't just about what you leave to people, it's about what you leave in them. Your money may fade, but your philosophy, your example, and your discipline can last for generations. What good is it to leave your children a fortune if you never taught them the wisdom to keep it? Now don't just nod your head and say, that sounds good. Turn it into a plan, because the difference between dreamers and achievers is always the same action. So here's your assignment. Today, grab a notebook and answer 10 quick questions. How well do you manage your monthly expenses? Do you save consistently? Do you know exactly where your money goes? Do you have at least one asset? Do you talk about money with your family? Do you have an emergency fund? Score yourself honestly from 1 to 10. Wherever you find your weakest link, that's where to begin. Not tomorrow, not Monday, today, because here's the truth. Financial failure doesn't come from making mistakes. It comes from standing still. So are you ready to move? Ready to steer your money instead of being driven by it? Ready to live like the builder instead of the consumer? The choice is yours, not someday, not next year. Today, if this video brought you value or stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear tenors, because financial freedom isn't just for you, it's a gift that multiplies when it's passed on. Don't just watch and go away. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to hear what stuck with you the most. I'll see you on the next one.